A poetry mentor of mine, the late Wayne Brown, loved a piece by Wallace Stevens called The Idea of Order at Key West, and he challenged me to memorize it, because when you memorize a piece of poetry, it lives in you and you feel it as you share it with others. So I wanted to share it tonight with you, partly by memory, partly with a little help. The Idea of Order at Key West. She sang beyond the genius of the sea. The water never formed to mind or voice. Like a body, holy body, fluttering its empty sleeves. And yet its mimic motion made constant cry, caused constantly a cry that was not ours, although we knew, inhuman, of the veritable ocean. The sea was not a mask, no more was she. The sound and water were not medleyed song, even if what she sang was what she heard. Since what she sang was uttered word by word, it may be that in all her phrases stirred the grinding water and the gasping wind, but it was she and not the sea we heard. If it was only the dark voice of the sea that rose or even colored by many waves, if it was only the outer voice of sky and cloud, of the sunken coral water-walled, however clear, it would have been deep air, the heaving speech of air, a summer sound, repeated in a summer without end, and sound alone. But it was more than that, more even than her voice and ours, among the meaningless plungings of water and the wind, theatrical distances, bronze shadows, heaped on high horizons, mountainous atmospheres of sky and sea. It was her voice that made the sky acutest at its vanishing. She measured to the hour its solitude. She was the single artificer of the world in which she sang. And when she sang, the sea, whatever self it had, became the self that was her song, for she was the maker. Then we, as we beheld her striding there alone, knew that there never was a world for her, except the one she sang, and singing, made. Ramon Fernandez, tell me if you know why, when the singing ended and we turned toward the town, tell why the glassy lights, the lights in the fishing boats at anchor there, as the night descended, tilting in the air, mastered the night and portioned out the sea, fixing emblazoned zones and fiery poles, arranging, deepening, enchanting night. Oh, blessed rage for order, pale Ramon, the maker's rage, to order words of the sea, words of the fragrant portals dimly starred, and of ourselves, and of our origins, in ghostlier demarcations, keener sounds. As I read this piece, I feel the energy rising in me and the rolling of the sound of the sea, that feeling of being in waves, the surf, and a certain rocking nature, a certain surrendering to the words and the questions and layers of philosophy that question what's real in one person's experience and listening to another's song. So I consider this piece of poetry a gift from Wayne Brown given to me as a challenge, and now a gift shared with you. Thank you.